Hello guys, today I'm going to speak one story to you all. I would like to say one story. This story belongs to of one bird. So some of the stories in our lives that which we listen that makes somewhat small impacts and some would make very big impacts. But this story is kind of a story which makes very big impacts in our life. So if I directly go into the story, there was one bird used to stay on the tree every day. It used to collect the grains from its environment and it used to store all its grains in the nest in the tree. So one day while it was eating, one grain fallen from the tree towards the down. It went deep into the tree itself, where it couldn't even retrieve itself from the tree. It tried a lot but it couldn't even retrieve. So it requested to the tree, but by humiliating this bird, tree replied and it refused to not to give the grain. Then this bird got very angry and went to the carpenter by saying that this bird said everything to the carpenter. After listening everything, carpenter replied that this is very small issue and you are saying to me to cut down the tree. This is very small matter, don't waste my time. By saying this, carpenter replied to the bird, and here also bird got very angry and this bird went to the king, and king also, by listening everything, king replied like this is very small matter, and the king replied by laughing, and he laughed and said that this is very small issue. For this matter you are saying me to punish the carpenter, so don't waste my time, so you go out from here. Like this the king replied to the bird. Then after, the bird went to the elephant handler by saying that tomorrow morning you have to slip the elephant so that elephant would fall down, and from if the elephant falls, king also falls down. By listening this, elephant handler refuses. What? For this small matter you are saying me to make my king fall? This is very ridiculous. Here also, by the sourness only, the bird returns, and it goes to the very small creature in the world, that is ant. It went to the ant. It asked to the ant that tomorrow you have to go into the elephant trunk and you have to irritate that elephant so that it gets irritated. If the elephant gets fallen down, then the king would automatically falls down. By seeing all this, but even ant also refuses it. Then now bird loses its patience and it says to the ant that you are very small. If you don't do this, I will end your life with my beak. Anyhow, you have to do this task and you have to go to the elephant and you have to irritate the elephant and you have to irritate the elephant. At any cost you have to do this. In that terrifiedness and the fearness, the ant goes to the elephant and says everything to the elephant. By listening this, the elephant handler also got very fear and he runs towards the king. By listening all this, king calls the carpenter and he says to the carpenter that anyhow you have to cut down the tree because the bird is not listening and it is trying to make whatever it wants to do. It is not at all, the bird is not at all getting stopped. Somehow it is thinking of to get what it wants to get. So you have to, tomorrow morning you have to go and cut down the tree. Then because of the king's order, carpenter goes near the tree and raises his axe to cut down the tree. By seeing this, tree got very terrified and it says to the carpenter that don't cut down my tree. I'm requesting you, don't cut me down. Then after, carpenter says that you have to give the grain to the bird, then only I'll stop cutting down this tree. The tree agrees to this. The tree agrees to give the grain back to the bird. Like this, so finally bird got whatever it wants to get in its life. It's of very small example, the grain. So in our lives also, sometimes we want to achieve something in our lives that is of very big thing. In that journey we would get some hurdles, some failures also, and also all the sometimes we feel like everything is against us, and sometimes everything supports to us. So if you keep on moving and keep on going forward by changing one point to another point, by changing from decision to another decision, if you keep on moving, somehow in some other path the gates will be opened for you. So you have to change the plan. That's it. You have to not change the goal. So final goal is your end point, like how the bird did here. It went directly to the carpenter. Even though carpenter refused, the bird went and met the carpenter, and then after elephant handler, and then after king,